On September 5, 1969, miners in Siberia found something amazing. They were digging deep underground, about 230 feet down, when they hit something strange. It was a sarcophagus, possibly 800 million years old.
An amazing moment, maybe the most important moment of my life.
Some think it might be connected to ancient people or even aliens. When the miners struck the wall, it opened up a dark room that had been sealed for thousands of years. What could be inside? Let's find out. Alexander Masaligan, the head of the mining district, received a strange report from one of his workers. He sensed this find could be important, so he quickly informed Soviet authorities. This sparked a chain of events filled with speculation and curiosity. The discovery became a hot topic among the miners, who felt both excited and anxious. Masaligan ordered the sarcophagus to be brought up from 230 feet underground. It was a large marble sarcophagus, about 8.5 feet long and 3 feet high. As they carefully pulled it up, the miners imagined gold and jewels inside, but they also felt frustrated, knowing that Soviet officials would take it away and probably keep it secret. Driven by curiosity, they opened it, and what they found shocked everyone. Instead of treasure, they discovered the perfectly preserved body of a woman, about 25 to 30 years old. She looked like she was simply sleeping, her long, dark brown hair flowing down to her waist. She wore a white dress, almost see-through, made from an odd fabric. A strange pink liquid surrounded her, and beside her head was a small black box, something none of the miners had seen before. Years later, when smartphones were invented, people thought the box looked like a modern phone. Her skin was smooth, almost glowing, with no signs of decay. It was whiter than anyone had ever seen, even paler than someone with albinism. She looked healthier and more alive than anyone there. Her beauty amazed everyone. For hours, the sarcophagus remained open, and nearly everyone from the village came to see her. A curious young man, drawn to the strange pink liquid, dipped his finger in and tasted it. It had no taste or smell, but just a week later, his mind began to fade. He couldn't find his way home and in the end, froze to death in the cold. Death wasn't the only mystery surrounding the discovery. The body inside the sarcophagus was soon named the Tisul Princess, after the district where the village was located. Officials, police, firefighters, and military personnel rushed to the scene. Even KGB agents arrived in a red helicopter, dressed in civilian clothes. They quickly cleared the area, warning of possible infections. The plan was to lift the coffin with a helicopter and move it to a safer place for study, but it was too heavy to lift. They decided to drain the pink liquid into special containers to make it lighter. Then, something unbelievable happened. As the liquid drained, the woman's body, once perfectly preserved, began to change. Her skin turned from white to black right before their eyes. The lifelike appearance disappeared in minutes. People began to believe the pink liquid in the sarcophagus had the power to preserve her in a deep sleep. The Tisul Princess was sent to Novosibirsk for study. A few weeks later, a professor visited Rzhavchik to discuss this strange find. He explained that the way the princess was preserved was completely different from anything seen in archaeology or science. The liquid surrounding her had properties that no one could understand, unlike any known preservation methods. Scientists ran many tests, including radiocarbon dating, but it didn't work for something this ancient. The materials in liquid didn't match anything known, so they used other methods like analyzing rock layers and more advanced dating techniques to estimate the age of the sarcophagus. The results were stunning. The princess and her sarcophagus were about 800 million years old. This discovery challenged everything we know about history. It suggested that a civilization existed long before humans and even before complex life on Earth. If true, this meant a civilization had the knowledge to create the sarcophagus and preserve liquid at a time when Earth was thought to only support the simplest life forms. This changed our understanding of history and the evolution of life on Earth. Not everyone believed the first theory. Some thought the princess came from another world, part of a group visiting from a distant planet. Her pale skin seemed to show she came from a place with little sunlight. When the Tisul Princess was found, it raised many questions and theories. News spread fast and a local newspaper even reported on it. But the Soviet Secret Service acted quickly, hiding the story. KGB agents mocked the discovery, calling it fake and taking all the newspaper copies. The professor who shared it and the editor were punished. It was the height of the Cold War, and speaking out was dangerous. The Tisul Princess was forgotten until the Soviet Union collapsed. In 2002, a new article titled "The Lady Who is 800 Million Years Old" was published. The journalist said a retired KGB colonel told him about the discovery. The story became famous again. Today, near Rzhavchik village, close to where the sarcophagus was found, a memorial stone stands. The plaque reads, "In 1969, a burial site was found here. Inside a 2-meter marble sarcophagus was a young woman. Based on the coal seam's age, she was buried hundreds of millions of years ago." The story was even shown on TV, and villagers who saw the sarcophagus confirmed the discovery was real. Now first, like always, be sure to hit the like button down below. It helps us out tremendously with the reach of this video. Thank you. But the story doesn't end there. Years after they found the Tisul Princess, strange deaths began to affect those who were linked to the sarcophagus. Only 6 months after the KGB took the stone, a dark wave swept over the village of Rzhavchik, bringing sorrow. One by one, tragedy hit. It all began with Ivan Karnokov, the man who discovered the Tisul Princess. His life ended abruptly in a tragic accident when his motorcycle crashed into a truck. A month after Ivan's death, another tragedy struck. A miner drowned. Vladimir Podreshetnikov, the only survivor, told a startling story. The Tisul Princess wasn't the only discovery. In 1973, the military arrived in the Tisul district. They locked down the forest and patrolled the village. The soldiers acted oddly, and the villagers were told to stay calm, though no one explained why. Years later, historian and retired Major General Valery Malovany confirmed Podreshetnikov's story. KGB records showed the area had 3 layers of security in 1973. Not far away, on an island in a lake, more graves were uncovered. Inside, 2 large sarcophagi were found, similar to the first. They were sent to Moscow, where they were discovered to be over 200 million years old. The villagers were told to keep quiet about it. Mining continued at the quarry for a while, but only new workers were allowed in, while locals were kept out. Some say the story is just a made-up tale, fueled by the media and curiosity. But others believe it's true. Since all details about the discovery were kept secret and any evidence was taken away, we only have reports from witnesses still alive and what Valery Malovany shared. It's true there was a large coal mine near Rzhavchik in the 1960s, which closed in 1972 for unknown reasons. This area in Russia also holds some of the oldest coal deposits in the world. Rumors say photos and videos from the discovery of the Tisul Princess were taken but later disappeared from all archives. Documents, research notes, and even samples of the liquid used to preserve her were either taken or destroyed. The government's role in hiding this evidence made people even more curious. Many wondered why they were trying to erase the discovery and what they were hiding. Was there something in the sarcophagus or about the Tisul Princess that threatened history as we know it? Or was the goal to keep hidden knowledge that could change everything about our past and technology? The mystery of this discovery and the government's efforts to cover it up sparked imaginations around the world. With no clear evidence, people came up with many different theories about who the Tisul Princess was and the advanced technology she seemed to have. One popular idea is that an ancient civilization, far older than any known to us, might have existed. Some people think the sarcophagus and the special liquid used to preserve it hint at a lost culture. They believe this civilization had knowledge and technology far beyond what we know today. This culture, they say, might have lived on Earth long before science thought the planet could support life. They believe the Tisul Princess could have been a powerful figure from this society, kept alive for thousands of years by secrets we've forgotten. Some people believe the discovery's date is wrong. They think the princess wasn't 800 million years old, but around 50,000 years old. Even then, the discovery would still be amazing. Others suggest she could have been an alien from a crashed spaceship. They think she was in suspended animation, and the metal box next to her might be a timer to wake her up and bring her back to the surface. Supporters of this idea argue that her perfect preservation is something no human could have done at that time. This makes them believe she came from somewhere else, not Earth. The way she was preserved, the strange material of her dress, and the black box, something no one had ever seen, are often seen as signs of alien influence. This idea connects to the ancient aliens theory, suggesting that visits from other civilizations may have shaped human history. The missing evidence and the silencing of witnesses leave many questions unanswered, adding to the mystery of the Tisul Princess. Without clear proof and with efforts to quiet those who saw the artifacts, this discovery has become a modern legend, one that still sparks debate and wonder. What do you think about the Tisul Princess? Share your thoughts in the comments below.